Author and speaker Stacy Hawkins Adams always shares pearls of wisdom, and that's why we are delighted she's part of our Motivational Monday series.
And today's topic deals with how you should celebrate yourself. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me back.
Thank you. This is one of our favorite topics, as you probably know, being able to celebrate the good things and to enjoy life.
Exactly. We often hear when we board airplanes that you have to put your oxygen mask on first before you can take care of anyone else. And that's kind of what the theme of this morning is. And I heard you all talking about cleaning your closet and planting your flags. And that seems like simple fun, but when we can pour those simple joys into ourselves, then we're able to give back more fully to others.
Mm-hmm. I find when life is chaotic and there are a lot of variables, Jessica goes into cleaning mode, and she also spent some time this weekend reorchestrating her calendar. Mm-hmm. While all of that doesn't sound like fun, might sound like a lot of tasks, I found joy in it because it allowed me to wrap my arms around the little bite-sized pieces that I could.
Exactly. It helps you center yourself, and I love how you refer to yourself in the third person. That's actually a really cool thing to do, and I do that sometimes because, again, we don't think of pouring into ourselves. And especially if you're a parent and you have young children, it's all about nurturing your kids and getting them where they should be. I even do that as the mom of young adults. But we have to pause and think about Stacy and Andreas and Jessica and like, what does she need? And when we show up as our full selves, we're really teaching the people around us, the loved ones around us, how to do that as well.
So you're saying fill your cup so you have something to pour out.
Yes.
And do that in ways that feel the best for you, whatever that means.
Exactly. And don't feel guilty about it. It could be, we were just talking about what we did over the weekend. I couldn't really remember, and when you mentioned the rain, I remembered, oh yeah, I took a nap. That filled my cup. I watched a movie on Netflix, and then I went to tackle my to-do list and some of the big things that I had to do. And it's okay to enjoy those simple things because that is a way of celebrating the everyday.
I have found, and started to appreciate more so often, that making the time to do nothing is actually incredibly difficult and super valuable. Like putting it on there of do nothing, whether that be a nap or watch Netflix, you're actually doing something, you're filling yourself back up. But it's tough because I think we're very much conditioned, for everyone, moms, just all people are, now for this selflessness, always kind of giving back, and you don't really maybe toot your own horn or celebrate you. So bite-sized pieces that folks can start taking.
Right. And I think even start with a list, like start with those things. What would I do? What would I do and could I do and not feel guilty about it? Maybe it is taking the nap. Maybe it's taking a long shower. Maybe it's taking a walk in the neighborhood for 10 or 15 minutes, if not the full hour that you would normally do. And as you start to think about the little things that bring you joy, you really get to know yourself better. As you understand yourself better, you're grounded more in who you are. And again, you can serve others better.
Mm-hmm. This is so interesting because I started at one point making a list of the if I had time.
Oh, yeah.
Because I found myself when I did have time, I couldn't decide what to do first or remember, oh, I know there was something I wanted to do. So you're saying be mindful of that time that you have and what you might want to do that is guilt-free at some point in the game. Now, the other thing that I have found to be helpful, especially in the stage of life that I'm in, is kind of setting a boundary. So over the weekend I said, on Sunday morning, I just need you to keep the kids for this amount of time. Yes. Now, granted, what I did with that time probably wasn't what I planned to do, but at least I had said, hey, here's the boundary. You take them, go do something fun. I'm going to be over here.
Yes, and that was still your time to do whatever you wanted, even if you did nothing but sit and stare out the window. Or, as you know, you said, just to kind of like make a list of things that you may want to get to eventually. Whatever that time is, it's yours, and you got to own it. So that's what's important.
Mm-hmm. How do you recommend us continuing to set those boundaries, especially for selfless people who often are giving maybe too much?
Gosh, that's a really tough thing. I think it's a daily intention to say, remember, as I pour into myself, I'm really able to give more fully to others. The more joy I have, the more that's what others will receive from me. So I think it's really just being intentional about every day, saying it's a new day, I have a to-do list, how do I add myself to that to-do list?
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, I have a block of time on my calendar. It shifts, but it's there to remind me to do, it's my walk or whatever it is. Like it's there to remind me that that's you time and you're going to recalibrate. And if you think of it in that way, if you have that hard time of coming back and saying, well, geez, that's a lot of time for me, or you feel guilty about it, you're recalibrating so that you can give to the others. That list of things to do for you is a great idea.
Yeah.
I do that with girls' nights, because how many times you get them once in a blue moon and then you're like, where was it I wanted to go?
Yeah.
You know, what is it? How did I want to celebrate me?
Yeah.
I keep a running list of restaurants, fun places in Richmond I want to go, movies I want to see, books I want to read. I have all kinds of notes on my phone. So as you're saying, whenever I have that free moment or there's a time when, I don't know what I want to do, I can look at that list and it helps jog my memory.
There was a person that I can't remember his name, but on Instagram, and he said you have to schedule joy.
Oh, yeah.
Put it on your calendar, just like the time you have, and maybe even figure out what that thing would be, whether that's a walk or an outing of some sort, but actually putting it on your calendar so you have a chance to celebrate you.
Exactly, and schedule your purpose too. You know, as you know, I write books, and so when I was writing books when my children were very young, like your children, there were times I also had a day job per se, and I would have to schedule that morning writing time, or if I had a book deadline, I'd take team kids, team mommy time, because we got to get the book done. And so they would give me that time on the weekends to write, and then we'd celebrate later with a pizza party. But that taught them purpose and value and pouring into yourselves as well.
Great insight. Thank you, Stacy. Appreciate you very much. I love making the list. Stacy sends out Motivational Monday emails each and every week. If you'd like to subscribe, you can visit her website, and we will definitely have a link on ours as well, but it's stacyhawkinsadams.com.